On another note, another thing I am pumped for, another thing that I like, you guys have probably noticed that on the show here, I've used so many different laptops in this position right over here. I'm constantly in search of whatever the next or interesting laptop will be for me. My favorite keyboard experience to this day on a laptop has been on the X series from Lenovo, and probably my favorite of the bunch, at least recently, it's actually sitting right there, the 15-inch, the Extreme model in the X series. It comes with a GPU in there. It's got all kinds of options for the display, and of course, plenty of configuration. But ultimately, for me, it comes down to this really unusual keyboard experience on a laptop in 2020. Well, they're going to update that laptop to the 3rd generation and offer more performance and some new features, but they're also going to be updating their workstation line of laptops, the P series, including a laptop that really caught my attention, the P1 Gen 3, which is also a 15.6-inch laptop, but it's kind of more targeted at the workstation crowd, the creative crowd, a little bit more, just because it's got the Quadro graphics in it and the Xeon processor in it.
That's Quattro?
Quadro. Yeah.
It has Quadro on
Quadro.
a laptop.
Quattro. It's a tough one, man.
I know, yeah.
It does, yeah. It has a T2000 NVIDIA Quadro and a 10th gen Intel Core or Xeon. So you can either get a 10th gen Core series or you can get a Xeon processor in a 15-inch, relatively thin laptop. There's a RAID setup for storage, up to 4 terabytes of NVMe storage, up to 64 gigs of DDR4 RAM. The display, 15.6-inch 4K OLED touch, or I believe there's a 600 nit IPS option as well. Very bright, obviously. You know about nits. So some new stuff from Lenovo. I'm obviously paying attention. Maybe it'll send it over. I'm not really sure. But just imagine this. Switch to the next tab that I gave you there, Will. Just imagine this. ThinkPad P1 Gen 3, OLED, 4K OLED display, 8-core Xeon chip, and Quadro graphics in a laptop. In a thin and light 15.6-inch laptop with a carbon fiber chassis in there. I mean, if it has, I hope it has some decent speakers in it. That's an area but look, there's no perfect laptop out there. Nonetheless, new stuff from Lenovo. If you've been following the channel for a while, you just know, where I'm at with it. I'll check it out. I'll test it out. And I may be even curious about the 17-inch model. There's a monster 17.3-inch with a 94 watt-hour battery and up to 128 gigs of DDR4 RAM in there. And a Quadro RTX 5000 if you want to get nasty. So who knows? It might sit right over here. And it just be humming along for you. And the microphone just and totally unnecessary as I browse the web. You got to love it. Too much horsepower.